In Nesium, players control a small metallic ball that's been created by scientists. In this game, you would transpose the environment and look for a way to escape. This game is very similar to Metroid and Castlevania in the fact that you're in a 2D environment, you find abilities that help you transpose the environment, and also that the abilities that you find allow you to retrace your steps and find new areas or secrets in the environment. As players move around in this environment in Nesium, they will come across different obstacles or objects in the environment and not know how to interact with these items. As they continue to play, they'll acquire abilities, and then once they go back to those items, they'll see that they can now do new things. New pathways will be open, or there will be items to show them that there's something that they can do in that place. One of these examples is using this star power to jump higher. The mechanics in the game are about solving puzzles. As the player moves around the environment, they will come across very complex puzzles. The puzzles will start off simple, but as the game progresses, they will get harder and harder. One of the puzzles allows the player to pull down a metallic peg from the ceiling. If the player doesn't have the ability of magnetism, then they won't be able to solve this puzzle. But once they've acquired that ability, they can get under the peg and activate this ability, which will magnetize the peg and pull the peg down toward the player. And once the player has pulled the peg into place, the puzzle is complete and the player can continue. These types of setups will be throughout the entire game, and this will be the main thing that the player does is solve these puzzles. The player will also come across assimilation spheres, and these spheres have been placed in the environment by the scientists running the experiment, and the entire purpose of these orbs is to provide opposition for the player. They'll try to eat the player as the player moves around, so the player has to figure out a way to either stop them from reaching him or to get them off. And there will be abilities in the game that allow the player to do this, as well as setups in the game where the player maybe can jump above the simulation spheres or block them off. There are many risks in making this game. One of the risks is there's only 5 people in the team. There's a lot of work to be done, and these 5 people have to come together and create this game, not knowing each other or knowing how they work. So as the team grows stronger, they'll also have to work faster and faster. Another one of the risks is it's just an inexperienced team. They may spend a lot of time getting to know each other or have their own personal lives and have things that they have to take care of and not be able to put as much focus as needs to be put into this game. Another thing is they have to get this idea together. They don't know what the strengths and weaknesses of the team are or who needs to do what. All of this has to be decided quickly and the game has to come together. Another object that is of great importance is time. This game only has a small amount of time to be made, and there is a lot to do. So the team has to make sure that they're talented and that they're staying on task. Thank you. This is Nesium.